me, leave the king the alone. I don't care, bro. I'm gonna post my wife as much as I want. Go post your wife on your Instagram.
And I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue.
What happens when the protégé not only outshines the mentor, but takes satisfaction in burning down his empire? That's exactly what's unfolding as Ye zeroes in on Jay-Z, the man who once gave him a seat at the table, the man he once called his brother. But those days are gone. Now, Ye seems determined to carve his legend by striking Jay-Z where it hurts most: his home, his image, and the secrets he's kept locked away. Jay-Z's shaky stumble in court over claims of an alleged hidden son already chipped away at the myth of the untouchable mogul. But Ye didn't leave it to rumors whispered in the dark. He seized it, reshaped it, and blasted it into the spotlight like a weapon. Ye didn't just spill dirty laundry, he soaked it in fuel and lit it on fire for the whole world to watch.
I ain't never been back to the hospital since 2015. But every time they say I'm crazy, it's just when I'm saying the truth.
In post after post, Ye turned Jay-Z's struggles into weapons, casting him as a hypocrite who talks loyalty and family values while quietly dodging lawsuits from people claiming to be his kids. These weren't playful shots, they were deep cuts, branding Jay-Z a fraud and reminding the world that behind the polished Rock Nation empire stands a man accused of walking away from his own blood. And here's where it gets even darker. For years, whispers have lingered that Ye has been building a secret archive on Jay-Z. Insiders claim Ye holds files, receipts, messages, documents, evidence that could drag not just Jay-Z's private life, but his business empire through the mud. So, was this latest blow just Ye lashing out in the moment? Or was it the opening move in a trap he's been setting for over a decade? That's the chilling question haunting everyone watching this spectacle.
Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever.
Because if Ye really has more ammo, Jay-Z could be facing something far worse than internet gossip. The rumor mill is buzzing with talk of secret payoffs, late-night negotiations, and under the he admitted he only removed posts about Jay-Z's kids, not out of remorse, but because he didn't want to lose his account. That's how bold it's become. He knows the words are toxic, but he only backtracks when his platform is on the line. Ye claims that during his marriage collapse, when he was fighting to hold on to his 4 children, Jay stayed on the sidelines, letting the Kardashian empire roll right over him. They could have stepped in, used their influence, Ye complained. Instead, he felt abandoned. What we're seeing is pure bitterness, raw betrayal, and a man convinced his mentor turned away when he needed him most. But here's where it turns darker. Ye is now blending this feud into his art. His latest visual album, Bully, dropped in 3 versions while he ranted about Jay-Z. He even cast his son Saint in the project, hammer in hand, symbolically striking back at his enemies. It's performance art wrapped in vendetta, Ye openly admitting the title came from Saint calling another child weak. He's literally pulling his family into the battlefield, turning music promotion into a campaign of humiliation. Jay-Z, meanwhile, sticks to silence, a strategy that once worked, but now only makes it look like Ye is dominating the narrative. The irony cuts deep. For years, Ye wanted nothing more than Jay-Z's approval, even writing Big Brother as a love letter. But somewhere between Paris 2016, when he blasted Jay for not visiting after Kim's robbery, and today, that longing twisted into venom. We see it when he drags Beyoncé into his tirades, framing her as complicit. We see it when he attacks their children, then pivots to saying he still loves Jay. It's obsession on a pendulum, swinging between admiration and rage, a sibling rivalry turned spectacle. And the timing couldn't be worse for Jay-Z. He's not only weathering Ye's public assaults, he's also entangled in a relentless legal fight with Rymir Satterthwaite, the man who claims to be his secret son. That case has bounced through courts for years, dismissed, refiled, but never fully gone. Now, as Jay-Z's name gets dragged into the scandals surrounding Sean Diddy Combs, the lawsuit is resurfacing with new momentum. For yeah, it's the perfect storm. His rival vulnerable, haunted by old accusations, and headlines filled with whispers about illegitimate children. And if Ye really does have the so-called secret files he brags about, their release at this moment could be the most devastating strike yet.
I have no felonies, I'm not crazy or none of that. It's like, I just want the truth, and it's so hard to get it from the courts. And it seems like Jay-Z don't want to say anything, so, I don't want to see him go down for something that, you could have just got taken care of. That's it.
And it doesn't stop him. The Carters skipping his wedding wasn't just a scheduling conflict. It was, in his eyes, undeniable proof that he was never truly part of their family. Every event they missed, every opportunity they withheld, every silence during his breakdown carved another wound. Over time, those wounds hardened into scars, and those scars became the filter through which he viewed everything Jay-Z did. Through that lens, every move felt like betrayal. This explains why Ye's attacks on Jay-Z cut so deep. They're not just stunts for headlines or clout. They're desperate attempts to reclaim power in a bond where he always felt second best. If Jay-Z wouldn't embrace him as a brother, then Ye would force acknowledgement as an enemy. Every insult, every threat, even dragging Jay-Z's family into the fire, all of it is a twisted demand to be seen. By tearing holes in the image of Jay-Z's perfection, Ye guarantees that the world will look at him, even if it's through the smoke of scandal.
Think about if Harley was part of intelligence, right? What kind of people you think are surrounding my kids? What kind of people you think are in that house?
And yet, beneath all the chaos, there's an ache that refuses to fade. Ye's fixation on tearing Jay-Z down is tangled with an unspoken desire to be embraced by him, to be validated by the man whose approval once defined his worth. Every insult, every attempt to humiliate Jay-Z carries the silent question, why was I never enough for you? This dual role, villain and victim, attacker and abandoned, gives their feud a tragic weight, turning it from tabloid drama into the slow collapse of a brotherhood that never truly existed. Look closer and it's not just hostility, it's heartbreak. Ye has long said he felt like the black sheep of the industry, always chasing a sense of family that music never gave him. For a while, he thought he found that in Jay-Z and Beyoncé. But when his world unraveled, that family vanished. The rage we see now, the insults, the all-caps tirades, even the grotesque attacks on Jay-Z's twins, feels less like random cruelty and more like the vengeance of a man punishing those he once begged to love him. Because in the end, humiliation is often the revenge of someone who felt humiliated first.
There are people who did short sales on their stocks.
Like the tabloids, he doesn't quit. He thrives on the quiet, twisting it into validation, growing louder and wilder with every day she remains still. Each post drags her deeper onto his battlefield. The question now, if Ye unleashes something truly explosive, will Beyoncé finally be forced to shatter her golden rule of silence?
After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be exposed.
And this is where things turn even more sinister. The whispers that Jay-Z tried offering Ye a private settlement are already shaking the ground. If the mogul really attempted to buy his silence, it signals something big. The Carters are rattled. They know Ye isn't just ranting into the void. He could be sitting on evidence capable of tearing down the empire they built. What if Ye has proof of more hidden children? What if he holds receipts exposing business dealings that clash with Jay-Z's carefully polished billionaire image? Even the suggestion of that is enough to leave dents in a reputation built on control. Meanwhile, Jay-Z is already juggling fires on multiple fronts. The accusations from Rymir Satterthwaite, the alleged secret son, have lingered for years despite his lawyers dismissing them as harassment. And layered on top of that, his longtime ties to Diddy now pull him into the storm of lawsuits alleging disturbing behavior at industry parties spanning decades. Ye knows all of this. He knows Jay-Z's silence isn't just about grace, it's about survival. And he's striking now, at the moment when the cracks are most visible, aiming straight for the jugular.
Really a conspiracy if the same person keeps benefiting off the same kind of tragedy over and over.
For Ye, this battle is bigger than gossip. It's about rewriting the story of hip-hop itself. He doesn't just want to bury them. Will Ye go down as the man who shattered Jay-Z's legacy? Or as the unstable provocateur who finally crossed a line he couldn't come back from? We may be standing on the edge of hip-hop's most volatile reckoning. And when the truth finally breaks, no one, not Jay-Z, not Beyoncé, not even Ye himself, will escape untouched. So what do you think? Does Ye really hold the power to torch the Carter empire? Or is this just another manic spectacle destined to fade into the noise? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because in this battle, every opinion only adds more fuel to the fire. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and remember, behind every flawless smile in Hollywood, there's always a shadow waiting to be exposed.